Welcome to the realm of intoxicating flavors and head-banging beer reviews.
Welcome back to Ginger Yeti Road Beers. It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. Now, what I have for you today is a gift beer. Now, my buddy Abe, he went to the greater St. Louis area, somewhere around there in Missouri, a few weeks back, and he texted me and asked me if I had any Missouri beers. I'm like, yeah, of course I have, but I have no idea what I've had. And then he asked me if I was going to be in Missouri at all during the course of the tour, and I said no. And he said, cool, I'll pick you up some beers. And he brought me back a 6-pack of beers. I have not seen, heard of, had any of the beers he brought me. And this is one of the first beers, or the first beer that I'm going to drink that he brought me. Figure out what I'm saying here. This is going to be the first beer that he brought me that I'm going to drink. And this is the Hoppen-Daz Mango Milkshake IPA. Now on the can here, it's got kind of almost two labels. You got this Hoppen-Daz front label here, and it looks like a nice cool milkshake. And on the back, you have the Hoppen-Daz Mango Milkshake, and it's mangoes. So it's almost like a dual label can here. Pretty cool. And this is from Bur Oak Brewing Company, and they are out of Columbia, Missouri. Now, this beer is 6% alcohol. It's 40 IBU. There's actually not a lot on the can here. It just says brewed and packaged by Bur Oak. 6% alcohol. There's no date code anywhere on the can that I can see. And there's not much else on the can. I mean, what's funny is it almost looks like two labels put together, as I said before. Yeah, there's not much else on the can. So let's get right into this. Thank you, Abe. Appreciate it. On Untapped, this gets a 3.42 with 4.5 thousand check-ins. Surprisingly, because right around the 5,000 marks when you start seeing things pop up on Beer Advocate. And on Beer Advocate, this gets an 87 very good with 15 check-ins. Don't know if I quite got Don's 45-degree angle pour yet. Keep forgetting about that. That's got a beautiful white head on there, maybe about a finger's worth. There are a couple of floaters in there. And this is kind of weird because down here at the bottom, I mean, I see a lot of floaters, but down here at the bottom, it's kind of clear, but as you go up, it gets more and more hazy. It's almost like stratified. It's pretty interesting. Like weird how at the bottom it's much more clear than it is at the top. And there's a ton of floaters in there. As far as color goes, check my SRM chart. I would probably give that about a 4 on the SRMs. Yeah, that's a nice looking beer, although I would have figured for a milkshake IPA it would be a little thicker than that. Oh, excuse me. Wow, excuse me once again. If I knew how to do those weird bubble animation that Don did, I would definitely need some of that right now. Or Don does. So let's get a nose on her. Now, I did see on, I think, Beer Advocate, it said they make this with lactose and mango puree. And I'm getting that kind of vanilla lactose smell right now. Yeah, getting that vanilla lactose. A little bit of grassiness, which could be a bad thing. I mean, I don't think this beer is that old, although it has been stored in a warmer environment. And this looks like this label was placed over top another can. Might have to peel that off and see what that's about. First, let's take a sip and see what this tastes like. Thanks, Abe. Really appreciate you bringing this beer back and all the beers you brought me back. Cheers. You get the lactose. It's kind of a medium body. Get some bitterness on the back end. Get a little bit of that mango, but the mango's not super present. Mango, lactose, and a little bit of hops. It's nothing impressive. Maybe this beer is old because as I'm getting in there and taking mouthfuls, starting to get a little hint of like celery grass. So maybe there's something off in here, unfortunately. But it does blend well together like that. Like, if you forget about that little bit of a celery smell I'm starting to get, I think that's diacetyl that I'm starting to get on the nose. The lactose and the mango blend pretty well. I can see where they're going with it. With the lactose and mango, trying to make it like a milkshake. Although I think for a milkshake IPA, I would want more body to it. There's not a lot of bitterness in there, but you do get some bitterness in the back end, a little bit of bitterness kick. You know it's an IPA. And overall, it's a good beer. I mean, I would drink this again. I do appreciate like the doubled up label here, like almost two sides, almost two different cans here. I would definitely drink this again. Give this a horns up. Thank you, Abe, once again for bringing this to me. And let's see if I can peel off this label here, because it looks like there's another can underneath here. Sometimes I'm curious to see. Oh yeah, it's going to peel off real nice and easy. I don't know if you all want to stick around and watch this or not. Interesting. I don't even think this is from the same brewery. Aeroplane Pale Ale from Kansas Territory. It's a Kansas Territory Brewing Company, Washington, Kansas can. But apparently they must have made too many cans or went out of business or something that the Bur Oak repurposed their can. So that's kind of neat. I mean, I peeled that off, looked at it, and put it back on there. See if I can get a picture of that for you guys, but that was what was underneath the label. I'm sure nobody out there cares. You've all tuned out by this point. So let's just embrace the adventure.